A recent report showed that 2 out of every 5 people collecting Social Security are also working. That's a rising number. This can work if it's part of your plan. You've just got to do it right. Know the rules. I'll share those and more coming up. Is working and drawing Social Security part of your plan? If so, it can work. You just need to know the rules. I've got 2 quick examples. Early in my career, a new couple came in and they said, all right, well, here's the plan. I'm going to retire from this full-time job that I hate, is what he said. This full-time job that I hate, I'm going to retire at 62. I'm going to switch to part-time and I'm going to turn on my Social Security and it's all going to work. We've already run all the numbers. He came in with Excel spreadsheets and the numbers worked. Here's the problem. Him shifting to part-time at age 62 was him working and earning about 40 grand. And their budget and all those Excel sheets worked if he was earning 40 grand and collecting his Social Security. That's a no-no. We had to deliver that bad news that plan didn't work, but we came up with plan B that did work. They've been retired for several years. Another example is a self-employed individual who had a similar strategy, but she was self-employed. So she said, listen, I understand these rules, or as I taught them to her. Okay, yes, I have control of my income. I will make sure that I cap my income where it needs to be so that I can work and still and have that income, but also have Social Security. And she didn't plan right. She wasn't aware, didn't keep her eye on the ball, didn't remember this limit throughout the year, ended up making more and having to pay a significant penalty and a huge mistake. You can do it right. You can do it right. You can work and draw Social Security at the same time. And if that's part of your plan, make sure you understand the rules, work with your CFP, avoid the heartache and the penalty. I saw this article recently. I thought it was really helpful and really well written. So if this is part of your plan, check the show notes below and read the article, and you might find something in there that helps you. In the article, it said that about 2/3 of the folks that are drawing Social Security and still working are doing it because they need the income. It's sort of like that really both of those examples. I need the income. I'm working part-time and I need my Social Security as well. I really need the income. But about 1/3 of the folks that are working and drawing Social Security want to just keep working. They are able to or maybe want to retire and turn on their Social Security at a certain date, but really enjoy working. And so the article even says these folks probably should have or could have delayed their Social Security until age 70, but working with your CFP, hopefully you figure that out. But it's really those camps. Do you need the income or do you just want to keep working? Either way, know the rules, have them work for your advantage. Either way can work. You've just got to do it right. You've got to know the rules. There's 3 of them. I'm going to simplify things and condense it down to just 3 main rules. The first rule number 1, if you're wanting to draw Social Security and work as well, you've got to know your full retirement age. This catches a lot of people by surprise, but this is really the rudder. If you are working and drawing your Social Security the month you turn your full retirement age or beyond, it's no problem. There's no problem. It's not your Social Security is not penalized. There's no limit on how much you can earn. You can go out and make as much as you want. Go invent the next thing, okay? It does not matter. The month that you turn your full retirement age and thereafter, how much you earn while collecting Social Security does not matter. That's the big idea. However, again, with this rule number 1, know your full retirement age. If you are working and collecting Social Security before your full retirement age, you've got to be careful. There is a limit on how much you can earn without your Social Security being penalized. Can you earn more than that? We get this question all the time. Yes, you can. However, your Social Security is going to be penalized. The penalty is going to be $1 for every 2 that you're above that income threshold, except the year in which you turn your full retirement age, then it's $1 for every 3. So anyway, but that's getting a little bit into the minutia that we didn't necessarily need to get into in this talk. But if you're drawing your Social Security before your full retirement age and working, that's where you need to be aware of the earnings limit. And that's rule number 2. Is if you're collecting your Social Security before your full retirement age and working, know the income limit for your situation. This number changes Every single year, the Social Security, when they announce what their cost of living adjustment is, when they announce the Social Security wage base for the year, they also announce how much you can earn and have those dollars be exempt from penalizing your Social Security. So showing the 2025 and the 2026 numbers. In 2025, if you're under the full retirement age, just like it says, then you're limited, your earnings are limited to being less than $23,400 for the year. On a monthly basis, get to that in a second, that breaks down to just $1,950 a month. That's for 2025. That, like I said, is increasing. It changes every single year. In 2026, it's going up just a little bit, and it tends to just go up a little bit each year. $24,480 is the annual amount. That breaks down to just over $2,000 a month. And then rule number 3, I'm packaging a couple of them together into one rule. Rule number 3, know the outliers. Know the outliers, the times when there's a little nuance to those rules, that rule number 2. And that is, know the income limit in the year that you turn on your Social Security and the year that you turn your full retirement age. Know those 2 outliers. The first, the year that you turn on, the year that you retire, the year that you turn on your Social Security, the annualized income limit turns into a monthly limit. And that makes sense. Think about it like this. Say that you are working full time and you are, you're ready to be done, but you are going to shift into working part time. And you work half the year, and by June, you've already made, let's say, $50,000. And then you want to stop working in June, and you want to retire and turn on your Social Security in July. Well, if that income limit didn't have an outlier to it, well, you've already made more than the $24,000, and therefore your Social Security to be penalized. No, in the year that you retire and the year that you turn on your Social Security, it's a monthly number. It turns into a monthly number. And that's why in reporting the earnings limits, the $23,400, the $24,480, it also shows a monthly number because that's one of the instances where it's a monthly number as opposed to a monthly limit as opposed to an annual limit. And then the second outlier is the year that you turn your full retirement age, okay? In that year, you can earn about 3 times as much as the normal limit is on an annualized basis. Taking a look here, and the year that you reach your full retirement age in 2025, $62,160, or just over $5,000 a month. And in 2026, $65,000, just over $65,000, breaking down to $54,30 a month. That's the limit. That's one of the outliers. The year that you turn your full retirement age, you can earn even more and not have it penalized. And remember, the month, starting with the month that you turn your full retirement age, no longer. Social Security does not care how much you earn. Your Social Security won't be penalized. Confusing rules, nuanced rules, and these numbers change every single year. You've got to stay on top of it. And the bigger question isn't just knowing these rules, but it's optimizing how you're drawing your Social Security. Does it make sense for you to draw right away, work part-time? Should you delay until the end of the calendar year and start in January? Should you delay even further? You've got to explore those ideas, those strategies, planning it out with your certified financial planner. So work with your CFP on that. Make sure that they're coordinating tax planning as well as retirement income planning with investment planning and so on. All areas of your financial life need to be integrated so that you can make a wise choice and optimize your Social Security. Work with your CFP on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with KWiseMoneyShow.com. You can find us there as well, or send us an email, info@Korhorn.com. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.